My name is Marsha. Welcome to the Psyched Stitcher podcast. Special edition today, and also just me getting back into it because I've been absent for a long time and I never really expected to be absent. I just realized a painting had fallen off our walls. Sorry, guys. This is a podcast where I talk about my knitting, my crochet, any of my making in general. I'm a mom of 2 kids and I live in Mississippi, and I'm getting my doctorate in school psychology, hence the Psyched Stitcher. So that's a little bit about me. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my son and my husband playing in the background. I said, I'm in the office right now. I said, I'm kicking you out of the office. You need to go play so that I can get this done. We just got home from a vacation in Pensacola, Florida, and I was realizing how much summer knits I have. And I was like, you know what? I should do a summer knit episode. So here we are. This is the only summer knit I have from before this summer. I gave away one of my shirts that I made last year to my mom. It was just a little bit too big for me, and not exactly, I'm so sorry, they're so cute. Not exactly what I was hoping for my own body, and so I gave it to her. It fits her perfectly, and I'm so happy that that is the way that it is, because I like to see my knits going to use. I am somebody who really does like to wear my knits. I don't fault anyone for wanting. Sorry, there's a hole here. I'm trying to figure out. Oh well. I don't fault anyone for just knitting for the sake of knitting, but I really do like to wear my knits. So this is the Lento that I adapted to be a sweater, and it's made out of this really awesome like blue clay. It's called Twists. What is it called? One benefit of having ADHD is knowing exactly where everything is all of the time. Just Twist. Twist Yarn of Intrigue. Twist Tangle. It's 80% cotton, 10% silk, 10% linen. I've definitely shown, I think, this on before, but here it is. It's absolutely fun. It's all hand tied. So it just gives a really fun look. I still have a couple skeins left and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But anyway, this is from last year, but this is what I'm wearing. It's definitely cropped. And yeah, so my summer of knits. It's July 4th. Happy Independence Day to all the American people watching today. It's July 4th and I am still in the thick of summer knitting. In Mississippi, it's very hot, but and it's just kind of hitting the hottest part of the season right now. And it probably won't cool down until October. But I am starting to feel the itch to do more cardigans, sweaters, sweater vests, things of that nature to get ready for next year, because I have a massive pile of stuff here. And I'm still knitting more. So, but this is my summer of knitting, and I'm sure I will add to this, but I wanted to get back into it. This will be very finished object heavy, and then I do have some whips that I want to show you guys as well of just what I've been up to, what I've been working on. So buckle in, grab a cup of something, and let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna try this to where I can't see you guys, because I feel like the quality is better. So apologies if I hold something up and it is blurry. I'm gonna hope that it works out. Okay, so starting off with all of my finished objects. This is in no particular order. You guys have seen some of these before because they were featured on the podcast previously as whips. And some of them may have been finished objects, but since I'm doing this whole like summer knitting objects, I want to show all of the things that I have. I think this is all of them. I don't think I'm missing anything, but it could be. So this is in no particular order. I'm just gonna get on the list or pile of things that I have created. And the first one is actually kind of so it's special because it's actually a gift for my aunt, or my great aunt, my mom's aunt. She's been asking me for, sorry, they're playing. Screaming is part of play in this house. So this is something I made for my aunt, my great aunt. She's been asking for something or hinting on my Instagram posts a lot recently, saying, hey, if you, have time, I would love something in white or in black or whatever. And so I actually decided to make this fun little top. She's about the same size as me, so it was a really good, easy way for me to know. So the top is actually from here to here is actually crocheted. And so you knit the triangles first with really long straps. So you knit like the first two, then you connect, and then you knit the back two, and then you connect, and then you go around. And this was actually going to be a fully crocheted top, but halfway through I was like, this is eating up so much yarn, and I also wanted it to be a bit more drapey, and so I stopped it right at the bust and I started knitting. I picked up stitches and started knitting. So it's like a mix of crochet and knit, and I actually love the way that it looks. And then at the very bottom I made this, like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I made this is really hard to show, scalloped kind of edge. So it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's very pretty on. It's very like elegant and flowy. I wanted something that was adjustable for the straps so that she could make it more deep if she wanted, or make it less deep. This is inside out now. And also something very cool. This is made out of a Hobby Lobby yarn that I got in their sale, and it is Hint of Silk, and the Silk Pearl colorway, and it's 85% bamboo, 15% silk. It's a really wonderful yarn, and I got it on their super clearance for $1.49 a skein. This took like 3-4 skeins. Very inexpensive top. All right, moving on. This next one I actually knit right before we went to our first beach vacation. It is my zany shirt. I know that this is ridiculous. Maybe I'll do it. So this is my ranunculus. It is so zany. The color is ridiculous. It's a hand-dyed yarn from a local dyer in Washington State, and so I don't have much information on it, but it is I think it's Highland wool, and so it's a little scratchy. It would definitely not be something I could wear outside right now, but I just loved the zebra stripes, and I just loved everything about it, and so I really wanted to make something out of it. I only had 2 skeins. This was actually a 1 skein, one in a little bit skein project. I think I'll be making some socks out of it. And you really can't tell that it has like any texture or even really lace, but I kind of don't care. I just love it. I don't wear it very often. My storage cut out, so I had to do some deleting, but so I don't really know exactly where I was on this, but anyway, this is a Highland wool. I have one more skein of this, or like probably like 70 grams. So this was like a 1 1/3 skein project, and I just love it. I think it's so fun, and I think it's definitely one of my favorite knits, even though it's so zany. It's so zany, but I just love it. So yeah, okay, moving on to the next one. All right, so here is another design that I did myself. I really like this one. There are a couple things I learned about it that I would do differently, and I might actually just rip out and redo, but so it's a self-draft design. It's made out of another like hint of silk, or maybe this is the Bambootiful. I think this is called Bambootiful, from Hobby Lobby. It was very inexpensive. And let me just see if I can. So I wanted to do a lace design. You can't really see my face. I wanted to do a lace design, but like a raglan top. So I did eyelets on the bottom, and it's kind of a deep raglan. And then I did this fun, let's see if I can show you, this fun lace design. And I really enjoyed this, but I wanted to make sure that it was long enough, and so I did some short rows in the back, and I don't like the way that they turned out. They kind of add like this, like, I did them wrong, essentially. I didn't like do it so they would curve this way. I did it so that it kind of like creates a bump on the project. So learning curve for me there, because it was the first time I'd ever like just decided to do short rows on my own, and I didn't really obviously look it up well enough to see what I was doing. But I really do enjoy this, and I kind of tuck it in anyway, so, or you know, it gets kind of like bunched up and tucked up. So it's a nice, wonderful piece. I like the arm length. This is kind of my preferred arm length, I think. So that's good. And yeah, it's just a simple raglan with eyelet stitches instead of the make one left, make one right, or eyelet raglan instead. And I think it just is a fun little piece that I enjoy wearing. So yeah, not a lot to say about this one. It was very inexpensive. It used, I think, 4 skeins of this yarn. Very inexpensive. And again, most of my yarn that I got, from Hobby Lobby, I got on super clearance. I don't usually shop there apart from then, but I do shop there during their super yarn clearance for me and my mom, because my mom also likes to crochet and knit, or not knit, crochet, and is on an even more of a fixed budget than I am, so I like to buy the things that I know that she would like to use and I can afford to get her. So, but this is it. It's fun. It's got, I don't know, probably like 2 inches of positive ease, but yeah, I enjoy it. All right, so this is my Back to Basics tee, and it has been sitting in my bathroom, so it probably could use a good bit of a wash, but this is the Back to Basics tee. It's a free pattern by Lion Brand Yarn. I used Hobby Lobby yarn. I think this is the 101 stitch acetate yarn. I don't remember anymore, and I don't think I have any more of it. I think I used like every last drop that I had on this project. But yeah, it's like the 101 stitch acetate, and I just followed this to pattern. I was not a fan of this. You guys have seen this one before in my other what is it called, podcasts. You guys have seen this one, and it was a bit of a slog because it's knit flat, back, front and back, and then you pick up, you seam the sides, so you seam the sides and then you pick up stitches here and knit the arms. And I was just like, if I wanted to knit flat, then I would have knit a cardigan, which I have never done because I hate knitting flat. I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan of it. But I got to a point where I was like, you know what, this just needs to get done. So I finished it up, and I really didn't, I enjoy the finished piece. It's nice and wearable, especially here in Mississippi. It's very nice and wearable here. And it's a nice piece that I can wear to work and not feel like I'm being too out there with my choices of clothing. So this is a nice one. It's got a good amount of positive ease. It's nice and flowy and baggy on the bottom. Not a lot else to say about it, but I enjoy it. But I don't think I'd knit it again, wherever those two things go together. Okay, so I know what you guys are all thinking. Marsha, that is not a summer sweater. You're right. This is a test knit for Alice Eleanor Knits, or Eleanor Alice Knits. I always get them mixed up. And it was a test knit for her that I finished quite a while ago. My last podcast, I was like, I will have this done. And I before the next one, and I do. And I did finish it by the deadline. It's a short cropped one, so let's see, I have a mirror over here that I'm looking at. So it's pretty short and cropped. Like, these are my pants, and it's pretty short, but I do enjoy wearing it with pants like this, and also with dresses. That's what I was trying to say. And this is a nice one. It's the 07 yarn over 07YO sweater. I really do love the design of it. It is absolutely stunning, and I love the construction. If you guys are interested in that, take a look at my previous podcasts. I've talked at length about this pattern. A couple of things that I would do differently. I should fix the bind off on this. It's very tight. This one's a lot looser. This one's very tight. But I don't know if I'll be bothered. And I did do the neckline to give her a nice estimate of how long it was, but I'm not gonna wear that neckline here in Mississippi, so I took it out. And I just left it a ruled neckline, and I don't hate it. So that's this one. It's comfortable. I think it's 100% acrylic, but it's comfortable, and it's from Ice Yarns. And I really enjoy it. There's obviously no itch. The eyelets give a nice breathable fabric, and it's actually really nice so I mean, here in Mississippi, you stay inside a lot of the time, and so it actually is very air conditioned here, and I'm often cold. So I do get to wear my sweaters quite frequently. And so this is a nice transitional one where I can wear inside and not be too hot. But when there's like a slight chill in the air, because it is chilly, this is one I gravitate towards. So I like it. I think I would knit this again. I really do love the red. It's like the only red thing I have in my wardrobe, and I love it. So yeah, I think I would knit it again. But it might be a while before I do. It is a fingering weight yarn. Actually, it's sport weight. But it's a lot of stitches. I think I test knit the size 4 or 5. I'm usually a 4 or 5 in pretty much everyone's patterns. There are some exceptions to that, but yeah, I think I tested the size 4 or 5. I think it was the 5. So here it is, and I love it. It's very nice, very fun. All right, on to the next one. I keep on getting worried that future me is not going to edit out the changing, and it's just going to be me in my shapewear, disrobing and putting on clothing a ton. So hopefully I do edit this out, but at least I'm not in like a bra. I did wear a full cami, if in case I forget. All right, I can't remember if you guys have seen this one or not. And I just gave away the last of the yarn to my mom, but this is, I think you've seen it. I think you've seen it. This is the Sea Salt Tea by, name escapes me. Bad tester. I'm so sorry. It's a sea salt tea. I will link it down below. I loved this. The construction is beautiful. It's such a great top. The only complaint I have is that the cotton, it's 100% cotton. And the cotton was a little hard to knit with. It did hurt my hands quite a bit. It's very, excuse me, it's very soft, but it was rough to knit with. I think I like the density of the fabric. It's still pretty drapey, but I like it. And I think if I went any looser on the gauge, I would not like the fabric nearly as much, but it was kind of hard to knit with. But that's okay. I gave the rest of the yarn to my mom because I was like, I don't think I'll be using this. I had about it's like one of the cakes. It's sugar wheel cotton, and I don't know the name of the colorway. Azure, I think, or something like that. But I had one cake and like almost a full one left. Almost 2 full cakes. I think this took two cakes. It looks like it took 2 cakes based on the colors. It looks like it took 2 cakes. I really like this. I would definitely knit this t-shirt again. In fact, I have plans to do so after a few of my whips with a couple of different yarns. I'm trying to debate on what I want to do. I would also definitely just elongate the arms and make this a sweater pattern. That would be great too. It really is such a well-fitting design that I really do think that I could modify this to make it a sweater easily, and I would really enjoy it. I also love the yarns that give me the color blocking, so I don't have to do it myself, but I do have quite a few yarns, especially some yarns coming in that do color blocking, so this might be a proponent of that. So we'll see, but I really like this. It's got quite a bit more positive ease, probably about 5 inches of positive ease. I also knit the size, I think 5, and for reference, I have about a 40-inch bust, and so yeah, 4s or 5s are usually where I'm at. So that's it. I do like this one a lot. It's comfortable. I wear it a lot. The only thing I don't really like is that because of the way that the yarn played together, this white yarn went across, and I should have just done something different and made it this dark color, but I just didn't think about it at the time. And so this yarn, there was like one line of like this beige yarn here that went all the way around, so when I picked up stitches, it was not invisible. And so that's something I don't particularly like. It does look fairly handmade, and if I could do it again, I probably would do it differently, but that's the very beginning of the shirt, so there's no way I'm going back to fix that. So it just is what it is, and it's okay. It's okay that it looks a little handmade. It is. All right. Probably my favorite summer knit of existence so far. This is the Tulsa Tee by the Crayobea. I knit the size, I think I knit the size 3 this time, and it is massive on me. So I have one on the needles, spoiler, and I went down to a size 2 to see if it would be a little different. It is so drapey. It's more like a swimsuit cover for me, but I do wear it as a shirt quite frequently, especially with just like a shapewear underneath. I added, okay, back up. This Tulsa Tee pattern is absolutely phenomenal. So amazing. Please get it if you don't have it. I opted to do, for my first one, the wide set collar. There is a mod where you can like do less stitches and do bring the collar in a little bit, but since it's summer and I want my chest to have a little bit more breathing room, I did the wide set collar. I might add a little bit of elastic in here because it does start to do like this sort of thing, which I don't think looks bad, but isn't exactly what I'm looking for. And then I did eyelets for the top, just the top. I did, oh, there's stuff on it. I'm so sorry guys, I took this on vacation. This gets a lot of wear. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of eyelets, and they're alternating, and I just love the look that it gives. It gives it like a very feminine look, but it's just a beautiful piece, and I love the black. I need to knit with more black, but man, is it hard to see sometimes. This has a ton of positive ease, probably like 8 inches of positive ease, and I just love it. I could not say enough good things about it, and I have one on the needles, so you know I love it because I'm knitting it again. Yeah, this has just been a fantastic wear. It's probably one of my most worn pieces that I have this summer, and for good reason. It's like breathable. This is made out of the Hint of Silk, but in the black, so same as this, at a much looser gauge. It's just fantastic. So bamboo silk, it's very drapey. I can't say enough good things, and it was so inexpensive. I think this whole shirt cost me like $6 to make. You can't beat that. You cannot beat it. So here it is, the Tulsa tee. I'm in love. I love it. All right, so this is my Anchor Summer Tee by Petite Knit, and this is knit in Cascade Pima cotton in this beautiful lavender color. I don't really remember exactly what it's called, but it's gorgeous. But I'm a little on the fence about this shirt for me. I don't know if I like the yoke on me. I don't know. Let me go ahead and scooch back if I can, show you guys the whole thing. So this shirt has no short rows, which if I were a more experienced knitter, I think I would probably try, I keep kicking a lot of yarn off, to add some short rows to the top just to give it some difference. But I understand why there's no short rows. It's very stretchy. It's a 1x1 rib yoke. Very fast knit, super fun to do. I like it. I just don't know if I like it on me. Yeah, I don't know. One thing I did do to make it so that I knew which side was the front, which side was the back, not that it particularly matters, is I did give it a split hem. So, just to give it a little bit more, I don't know, something. I did a little bit of a split hem here, and I just don't know how I like it. I actually, looking at myself in the mirror, I don't hate it, but this isn't like my most worn piece. It's very breathable, very summer, and I do wear it to work a lot because it is very professional. It's a great professional piece. I don't love the arms though, so I wound up wearing like a cardigan over it. If I had the yarn, which I don't, just double checking. I do not have any extra yarn. I think that's the issue that I also ran into. I would make these longer, and I probably would instead do like this part as ribbing, even though that's not the way that it looks. It just would look nicer, I think, if I added one more thing of ribbing here and then do sleeve so that it all ended at the same line. But I don't have any more yarn, and so I can't do that. So it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite cut for where the arm is. Having there be like just a tiny bit of stockinette and then ribbing seems strange, so maybe I would go back and do something different, but I don't know what I would do. It's not a fail, but it's not like an A+ like the Tulsa, you know? I think I would knit this again, and I do plan on actually making the anchor sweater because I do like the look of this ribbed yoke on me, and I think that if I did this sweater, the arm thing wouldn't be an issue. So we'll see. We'll see if I get around to it. I have a lot of plans. So, but this is the anchor sweater, or sorry, anchor summer tee, and I do like it. The yarn is fantastic. It's breathable, it's comfortable. I never thought I was going to be one to like knit a lot with summer yarns, but living here in Mississippi has taught me that like there's no other option. I can't. I do own a lot of wool, but a lot of this is also summer yarn. So yeah, moving on. So this is the summer Jimmy Jab, I think, by the Woolly Badger. I love this. It's made out of a bamboo yarn that my dad actually bought me off of Amazon, and honestly, I cannot complain. It's definitely fingering weight, but it's comfortable. And then this is contrast color is actually like a sock yarn from, I think it's from Hobby Lobby, but I really enjoy it, and I think I want to make another one. I love the look of this. The yoke, it fits so great. I love the length of the sleeves. I just love this design, and I love this color. This was a test knit. I was really fortunate to be able to test for her, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. And I love the pattern, and so I think you guys have seen this one before, so I won't talk too much about it, but I test knit, I think the size 4 or 5, and I got quite a bit of, probably 3 inches, 4 inches of positive ease. It's honestly perfect. I find that I do like the yoked sweater look on me. I don't know if it's because I have like nice shoulders. I don't know if that's necessarily what I'm trying to say. Raglans sometimes I feel like have too long of yokes for me. So the yoked sweater, I feel like they just hit me correctly, and I appreciate them. So I enjoy a good yoked sweater or a yoked shirt, and so I think that's evident in what I've knit this summer. This is 1, 2, I have 4 yoked shirts, and then 1 raglan, and then 2 with like the shoulder construction. So it's not really raglan, but they aren't drop shoulder either. So yeah, I really like this one. There's not a lot to say. This was an inexpensive make. I think it made, or I used like 4 balls of this fingering weight 50-gram yarn, or maybe even it was 25 grams. This is so light. So yeah, I love it. But there's not a lot more to say about it. So on to the next one. All right, so this is my cover up, my swimsuit cover up that I do wear it as a shirt actually as well, but it's just a self-draft crochet piece. It's really just 2 rectangles put together, but I enjoyed the eyelet look, so I wanted to do that. And it is knit with 1 strand of this beautiful hand dyed cotton yarn that I got from Joann Fabrics. Let me see if I can show that to you. It's got some stellina in it, but it's mostly just cotton. And then 1 strand of, what is it? British wool cones, woolly, what is it? The British wool cone place. Anyway, I have a few of their acrylic cones, and so I knit it with 1 strand of this and 1 strand of like this pink acrylic that I had. And it's a perfect beach cover up. It's long, it's massive. like you can see my ends, because I just wore this to the beach. I need to redo the ends here. I don't care. It's honestly just one of those pieces where I knit it just for a cover up, or crocheted this for a cover up, and it serves its purpose, and it's perfect for me. I did add a small sleeve, sort of like just one eyelet through, but yeah, it's literally just two massive rectangles sewn together. Easy peasy. So this is still a little damp. I just blocked this today, and it's been sitting outside, but so I still have ends that I have not woven in. But this is the Crescendo Summer Crescendo top by the Knit Pearl Girl. I've been eyeballing this. I tried actually making this in that black yarn that I made the Tolstati in, and it just wasn't working. It didn't want to be that, and so I put it on the back burner, and finally I was like, I really want to knit that shirt, and I cast it on last week, and here it is. It is beautiful. I love this color so much. It is the Malabrigo Arroyo. It's a sport weight in color 859 Primavera. So here is this. And it took 2 full skeins. In fact, I will show you guys exactly how much yarn I had left over. Is this much. I did as much as I possibly could, and before I blocked it, it was definitely short. It actually grew about 2 inches. So I'm really thankful, because I was hoping not to have to dig into this other skein. I have 2 more skeins, but I'd like to be able to do something else with it. And since I know that this took 2 skeins, I could do something else with it easily. But yeah, this is just a beautiful lace design. I love it so much. It's, what is the, it's just 100% superwash merino. So it's definitely not necessarily a summer shirt, but given that I'm indoors 90% of the time, I can definitely wear this, and I think it'll be fine. I find that superwash merino, yeah, does not give me the itch that other fabrics would, and so I can walk out of the house in this and walk to campus, and I'll be okay. So I'll be good, but I need to take this off because it does need to finish blocking. It is still a little damp, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. So here it is, and I love it. This is such a beautiful lace design. Gosh, look at that. And this color play is so fantastic. I love it. So anyway, that's it. Okay, so moving on to works in progress. I've got a few. They're all sitting in front of me here. I'm gonna be really quick with these because I did what I wanted to do, which is show off all the things that I've been working on. But there are some things I want to show as well. So my boss has an adorable little girl, boss/professor, has an adorable little girl who's turning 2 in August, and I got the idea to knit them matching sweaters. So currently here's the Leon, I don't know how you pronounce it, sweater junior for by Petite Knit, and I have the same exact yarn to make in an adult version. Her birthday's at the end of August, and I obviously have enough time. I've got 1/2 sleeve almost done, and then one to go, and then an adult, but the adult will be in a size 1, and honestly size 1 might be a little too big. So this has been fun. It's in Anthem DK Cascade yarns. Anthem DK, it's their DK acrylic yarn. I wanted to make sure it was definitely very washable, and I don't really know how. I know that like my professor would be able to take care of a sweater, but you know, I just want to make sure that it's as wearable for them as possible, since they are not knitters and they don't wear a lot of wool. I wanted to make sure that this was as wearable as possible. I also have the neckline to do on this one, but this has been a fun little knit. I really enjoyed it. I've kind of lost steam because I have to use DPNs for the arms, and I kind of hate DPNs. So I've lost a little bit of steam, but I do plan on working on this throughout the rest of the week and getting this one done so that I can move on to the next one. And you will see that I have a lot of plans for more Lion sweaters. Leon. I don't know. It's a nice little fabric too. I think for the next one, I might move up on needle size. I'm currently doing this on, let's see, 4.5. So I might go up to 5s for my professor, just because it is a bit thick of a fabric and definitely not see-through, and also that made it a little hard to knit with, but it will definitely be a warm sweater. So I'm not worried about that if I went up a little bit, and then it would just give me a little bit of positive ease, and I think I could probably just not do one of the raglan increases to make it suitable for her. So that is the Lion sweater junior, and I have more yarn for the adult version. Moving on, you guys have seen this in a lot of different iterations, but this is this final iteration, I promise. This is a crochet piece, and then right now it is just a square, and it will only be a square, but this is a moss stitch blanket, and it is made out of the Cascade whirligig yarn. I have a lot of this, and I just want to make the biggest blanket that I could possibly make, and it is so soft. I love this yarn so much. I love this yarn so much. So I'm gonna make it as big as possible, and then if I have any extra, because I have like 6 skeins of this, and this is half a skein, I still have, well, I guess I have 2 colors left, so of 1 skein. So if I have any extra, then I will probably utilize that to make a shirt or sweater. I also have, my husband bought me for Mother's Day some whirligig in this beautiful color. This is definitely a lot more wearable for me. And this is the colorway, I honestly don't know. I don't know that it says color number 15. But it's 60% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 20% acrylic, but it is so soft. I love it. So there's that. This is like a very fast whip parade. Sorry guys, I just realized what time it is, and I need to get moving. So here's a very fun design. This is the Tivoli shawl by Blue Sky Fiber. How do you show this off? And this is made out of some cashmere yarn that my husband got me. And I'm just starting on, it's kind of in a weird spot because I'm starting on the increases, or I just did the increase row, and so I've got like this next like checkered piece, which is going to be like yay big before I do the border, which is also like yay big. So it's gonna be a large shawl, but it's cashmere. It's so soft. And I love it so much. The yarn is beautiful. So here's the brown, here is the navy, and then here is the gray. And I just love it. It's been a beautiful knit. I'm trying to work on it on Sundays. I might work on it a little bit today. We'll see. But it's slow going, but I think I'll have it done before shawl season, which is really the important part. All right, what's next? Nothing. It's just leftovers. Here's another little shawl that I work on. It's just my church knitting. It's just an asymmetrical shawl, and at the very end there's like this lace pattern. I don't remember what the name of it is. I think it's just called asymmetrical lace shawl. I have no idea. But it's in this beautiful color. It's like galaxy-ish. Reminds me of Buzz Lightyear. So it's very small. It's on very small needles. I think this was on 2.5mm needles. It's fingering weight, and I'm just gonna do as much as I can. It's just one ball of yarn. So I'm gonna just make it as long as I can. And I might not even do the lace thing. I might just make it as long as I can. I don't know. But it's soft and it's squishy because it's just garter, and it's a fun little church knit. So this again is like one that doesn't have a deadline or anything important. It's just something to do. I'm not usually the kind of person that has this many whips, but I guess I've turned into that kind of person. I don't know. Here's one that I started. Am I in the middle of a row? No. I started this weekend while we were on vacation. I wanted to car knit, and I'm glad I did because I finished that one. So this is a, you could probably guess, but this is a Musselburgh, somebody tell me how to pronounce it, Musselburgh hat for my daughter, and I'm about halfway done at this point, because it definitely, I think it even fits my head. She's got a bit of a big head, and I wanted to make it fairly large for you know, being able to use at multiple years, multiple seasons, and she wears my hats all the time. It is definitely, yeah. So I think I'm at the point where I'm now knitting the other side, and then I'll be finishing it up. So I think I've got, if I can do this, again, I've got about 6 inches of stockinette to do before I start the decreases. I might do about 8 inches of stockinette so that there's enough to roll and fold. But this is just this beautiful little pink, blue, yellow yarn. So yeah, I just started this weekend in the car, and there's no real deadline on that one at all. So again, it might take over my church knitting for a little bit. And the last little thing that I'm currently working on, that I just started last night, and it's just moving on really fast, so is another Tolsta tee by the Crayabea, but this is in this beautiful yarn that my husband got me for Mother's Day, and it is called Nifty Cotton Effects. It's 100% cotton by Cascade Yarns. Love Cascade Yarns, and it's this pretty purple heathered yarn. It's a worsted, DK to worsted weight. I guess it's a worsted, 185 yards for 100 grams. But it is, so it's a bit of a thicker gauge for the Tolsta, but I like the way that it's turning out. very excited about it. So I've already split for sleeves, and I'm just gonna start knitting on this. This is a very long episode, so let me double check and see what the time is, and then see where we're at. Okay, I've got a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna finish up really quickly and show you guys some acquisitions that I've got. So this was an acquisition I got for Mother's Day from my husband. I've got quite a few of things that he got me for Mother's Day. That cashmere yarn is also our anniversary. They all kind of coincide together, so he got me a lot of yarn for 7 years. So he got me wool for our 7-year anniversary. So he got me this whirligig, he got me this cotton yarn, he got me the cashmere, he got me the same color, or a different color in this cotton yarn, which honestly is probably gonna be another Tulsa tee, but I love it. So that was kind of what he got me. And then I recently purchased a couple of things myself. So Ken Yarn was doing a mystery grab bag, and so of course I had to. And so I got the Ugly Stepsister colorway in their Aurora fingering, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. I got 3 skeins of that in this beautiful, beautiful colorway. And then I got a contrast skein called Gouda. And so I'm really excited to do something with this, some sort of color work, something, maybe a fingering weight Jimmy Jab, ooh, that would be fun, sweater in this. I don't know, but this is definitely like a fall knit for me, and I'm very, very, very excited about it. Another thing that I got, Birch and Lily Fiber Co. She's a fantastic dyer, and she's a fantastic podcast. Her name is Amanda. You should definitely check her out if you haven't seen her. She was having her happy little accidents. Is that what they're called? Yes, I think so. And sale. And so I went ahead and grabbed some. These don't have colorway names because they're accidents, but there's this beautiful blue, and I got 2 skeins of this beautiful blue. It has some gorgeous, like, it's just gorgeous. There's like, let me see if I can show you the speckling here. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I got 2 skeins of this blue, which may make a Tulsa tee fingering, maybe. I got 2 skeins of this absolutely gorgeous sage green. I love this so much. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so plump. I love it. And then I got 3 skeins of this delicious Birch GK. It's like this green speckled adorable color, and 3 skeins probably won't be enough for me to have a sweater, obviously, but it's definitely enough for my daughter to have a sweater. So, and honestly, this could even be a sweater for my son, because it is definitely green and blue. So who knows, maybe this will be a sweater for my son, or a sweater for my daughter, or one they share, who knows, but I'm very excited about these. I also got some of her cute stitch markers. So we have the cute little corgi. Let's see if that will, yep, and then we have the sheep stitch stopper, and then I got a couple of like the cute, there's like a flower one here, let's see, and then a confetti, I don't want to take them out because I'll lose them, a confetti one. I also was bad and I did a pre-order for, gosh, why are the names escaping me right now? Oh my word. She does fantastic yarn. She has a podcast. It will come to me as soon as I'm like done recording. I'm sure of it. What's her name? She did the Lord of the Rings colorways, and so I ordered 2 of them. I ordered a sweaters quantity in the potatoes colorway, and then I ordered one that she had made like her own sweater in, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So I ordered that. That won't be showing up till like August, but I am so excited. I'm so excited. I kind of want to make the potatoes one in like a sweater, but I also want to make it in a cardigan. I don't know. And I also kind of want to make it for my husband, but like also for me. So I don't know. I've got a lot of knitting to do, is what I have to say about that. So, oh, we were in Florida, and my husband took me, he spoils me rotten. He took me to a yarn store for our date night and let me pick out some yarn. And so, pick out some yarn I did. The store is called Dixie Knits in Pensacola, Florida. Beautiful little store, adorable. And so the first thing I did is I got all Barocco vintage, but Laura Penrose Knits has been making this crosshatch sweater. That's not really what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. She doesn't have a name for it yet. And she is making it out of this beautiful yarn. And it's Jordan. It's too expensive for me. So this is kind of like giving the same vibes. And so I bought it because I'm going to make that specific sweater when it comes out in this specific yarn. There's like no doubt in my mind. So I got 4 skeins of this, and I'm so excited about it. Barocco Vintage is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon. Beautiful yarn, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And then I also could not stop staring at these colors together. And so I got 3 of the navy and 2 of this golden ochre to do something. And I want to cast on like right now, but I probably should wait because I've got a lot on my needles. But it's making me feel cozy and warm, and I just want to make something out of it. I did apply for the Leith cardigan by Testnet for the Creabea, so if I get it, which I doubt I will, she gets so many test applications. I'm definitely not one of the best, so but if I get it by some stroke of luck, I might use that to make the Leith with like a gray in between. I definitely have a lot of gray, so that might be what I do as well. Okay, that is it. That's it. I promise that's it. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching this super long episode of my finished object parade and my whip parades and what I've been up to this summer. I can't promise that I'll be back anytime soon, but I'm gonna try my best. Grad school is a lot. It's very busy, and the summer is not a time where it slows down. It actually speeds up quite a lot. So but that doesn't mean I stop knitting, so here we are. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I will be back with more content, more knitting. I have plenty to show you guys. My goal is to come back every couple of weeks, and now that I am in the swing of it, I think I'm gonna do my best to do that, but definitely at least once a month to show you guys what I've been up to. And yeah, so if you liked it, stick around, and thanks for watching. Have a great one.